All right, so for today's topic is like in algebra. Anytime we talk about algebra, we talk about variables and expressions. So what's a variable first of all? So when you look at a variable, it's a, what do you think is a variable is? What do you think?
Like X.
Mm-hmm. X, or it's basically a letter. Okay, letter that represents the value that can change. Okay, that represents the value. Value that can be changed.
Yeah.
That can change. So it's basically anything is a variable. We can say like, oh, it's going to change. So we don't know something that we can use as a variable also. In this one, the next vocabulary that we really need to know is a constant. The constant is basically a number. All right, it doesn't change. All right, and numerical expression means it's something with like numbers and operations. Numerical expression. And algebraic expression, you can say as algebraic expression. And numerical expression means, let's say if I write 2 plus 3 and time divided by 4, like that, that is numerical expression. But the algebraic expression means 2x plus 3. This is a good example for the algebraic expression. And in this one, you can see this is called variable. And what is this 3 called? Constant. Okay? And this 2 is called coefficient. Then we can learn this one later, but again, the 2 is called coefficient. All right, next one. When we start with algebra, it's always important to know what are the other terminology that we use it for the plus, minus, multiply, and divide. Go ahead and read all the terminology that we have here.
Plus, sum increased by, minus difference less than, times product equals group sub, divide by quotient.
Right. So if you look at a plus, sum increased by, any of these vocabulary, do you see it? You're obviously going to write a plus. Minus difference less than, you use a minus sign. Times product equal groups of, that means multiplication. Divided by a quotient, we use a divide sign there. Does that make sense? Now let's learn about the translating algebraic symbols to the words. So let's say, and I'm going to put it one symbol right here. I want you to tell me in terms of the words. So I'm going to first one. I'm going to say x plus 3. Tell me in terms of the words. Go ahead and tell me. You're on mute.
X plus 3.
X plus 3. Okay. Tell me one more way. Tell me one more way.
3 plus X.
3 plus x, or use this vocabulary right here. X increased by 3. Okay, so this is the writing expressions is really important, especially when you see the word problems. You need to understand if they give you like this, and then you should be able to write it backwards also, like this too. And then if they give you this way, you should know how to write the word problems. So that way you can make more sense out of this. Okay.
You have 2 ways to write each algebraic expression in words.
Okay, go ahead and try this.
4 minus n and 4 n subtract 4.
4 take away n. Also we can write it. That's good.
T fifth. Or t divided by 5.
All right, the quotient of t.
Sorry, I'm saying in a tired voice. I just went to sleep.
Go ahead and read the question for me. This time, we're translating words to the algebraic symbol, okay? Okay, go ahead and read the question.
Eve reads 25 pages per hour. Write an expression for the number of pages she reads in hours.
Hours. Okay, let's go ahead and write an expression. So, all right, let's look into this one. So this one, we have a story in words. Now we have to write an expression for this. When you write an expression, see right here is a H is the letter, which is a variable, and then we know 25 pages per hour. So the expression is going to be 25 times the H, which is 25H, which is basically, you can write it 25H. Okay, let me write it one more time. So yeah, 25 times H, or you can write it 25H also. In the algebra, if you don't see a symbol in between a number and the letter, it means it's always, that's right, it's always a multiplication. Remember that. Read the question, Sam.
So you have to do y minus 2 equals Sam's age.
All right, can you explain it to me? How do you get 1 minus 2?
Because if Sam is 2 years younger, then you have to minus from that.
That's right. Very good. Very good. Next one. Williams run a mile in 12 minutes. Write an expression for the number of miles that William runs in 8 minutes. How would you do in this case?
Or m minutes equals whatever, like how much miles he ran.
So.
But the minutes, no, sorry, 12 times the minutes.
Then what we're gonna get? If I do 12 times a minute, what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get.
I don't know this one.
Okay, that's fine. Well, if you have it. But here, write an expression for the number of miles, right? So if you look at the number of miles, obviously it says he ran a mile in 12 minutes. So a mile in 12 minutes. So we want to know if it is m represents the total time he ran in m minutes. So if you want to know, that's going to be m divided by 12. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So in this question, Lou drives 65 miles per hour. The expression for the number of miles if she drives for 2 hours. Let's say if you, what does this mean is 65 miles per hour means for every 1 hour, you can go 65 miles. Okay? That's the meaning of that. But if you're going for 2 hours, obviously you're gonna travel 65 times t hours. Okay, so if I make it this one proper way, if I write it 65 miles per hour and then times t hours, you can see the hours and cross out. You can write it 65 miles. That's the total distance that we'll be traveling. All right, so the next one is going to be evaluating algebraic expressions. So whenever you see evaluating, that means you're going to take some value and plug it into the variables we have. Okay?
Or answering it, I think.
What's up?
Or answering it.
Yeah, basically you answer them, but using the numbers that you have already. That's called evaluating. So in this one, you need to find out x plus y, but we know x is 8 because that's given to you. And then y is 5. That is also given to you. Okay. So use those two values and we're going to find the answer, whatever the question is given to you. For example, in this one, x value is 8 plus y is 5. And you know the math is simple. So it's 13 right there. So, but evaluate means whatever the numbers that are given to you, you have to plug them in and then solve using the math knowledge. Okay, make sense? Let's look into this one. This time, m is given 3, n is given 2, and p is 9. We have to do these operations.
3a is 6, 3b is 7, 3c is 3.
Very good. Since you understand that one, let's try this word problem. Okay, so then this one, Jim paid overtime when he works more than 40 hours per week. So, expression where he so the overtime and then he works in H hours. Okay, so $40 per hour. If anything, anytime is it like extra more than 40 hours, that's what he's gonna play, right? So what we're gonna do here, okay. So it's basically for this one, I know anything more than 40 hours. So that means if let's say you work for like 50 hours. How many more hours did you work?
10.
10. How do we get that? H minus 40. Like how many hours we work, take away that 40, and then you get that like extra hours. Extra hours. So if you look at it, the first one, Jim works the overtime when he works 40 hours, 40, 44, 48, 52. So the first one is if it is 40, that means 40 minus 40. There's no more extra hours. But if it is 44, take away 40, gets 4 extra hours. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The perimeter of any rectangle is the sum of its length and width. The area of any rectangle is the length.
If you look at it,
with W.
Right. So this is the question of application of geometry. So we do these questions geometry, but where the algebra will help, this is where it helps. All right, let's look into this question. So what's the width?
Wait, what?
What is the width?
8
centimeters, and the length is 14 centimeters. So the first question says, write an expression for the perimeter. So
I know the answer.
Okay, tell me that.
44.
Okay, no, that's the answer, but I want you to write an expression first. So
28 plus 16.
Okay, so which is basically the expression is when you find meters, you have 2 lengths plus 2 widths. Agree with that? Or basically you can write a length plus width plus width. That's a perimeter. You're adding all the sides. That's the expression. Now, next one is find the perimeter of the rectangle as shown. That means now you put the values out there. 2 times the length is 14 plus 2 width is 8. Now go ahead and tell me what is 2 times 14?
28.
Plus 16, which is
44.
44 centimeters. Always put the units, it's really important, okay? So that's what it is, the first two. So similarly, go ahead and try C and D, okay? Always that's units for the area. For any time you write geometry, always you have to write the units. So let's go ahead and read the test preparation question. Go ahead and read it. Claire
had her driver's license for 3 years. Bill had his license for 6 or B years.
few years. Okay. So
Expression can be used to show that the number of years Bill has had his driver's license.
Right. So which expression do you think is going to represent that? What do you think? get my
Because
explain.
Bill, it said he had fewer licenses than her. That means you have to do 3 minus that.
That's right. So
Or plus something equals 3.
no,
That can also.
that's right. That's good. All right, let's try the extended challenge one. So in this one, A is given 6 and B is given 3. You have to find out 2 times of AB. So 2 times A is 6 times B is 3.
This is easy.
I know, it's easy.
The answer is 36.
That's right. There you go. Okay, good work. Next, since almost there, yeah, pretty much we covered this one today, like variables and expressions. And let me see. This is in the future we're going to look at it more of these function values. But again, right now, just all you have to look at it like x is 1. That means if I put the plug in 1 here, it's going to be 1 plus 12, which is 13. That makes sense? Okay. What's going to be the answer if I put a plug in 2 in this one?
Wait, what do you mean by plug?
Mean evaluate. Basically, we are replacing x with number 2. Here it is.
X plus 12.
Which is now it is 2.
That's gonna be 1 then. Because you said it equals 13 there.
Right, which is 1 plus 12.
Yeah, it actually equals 1.
Right. Now, if I x is, what's going to be the answer?
If x is 2, then that's going to be 14.
And if x is 3?
15.
Good job. 4?
16.
That's right. Now, let's look at the next one. Now, this one says 10x. What does that mean?
Oh, I get this.
Okay.
10x times 1, that's 10, 50, 100, and then 150.
Good work. How about the last one?
Some x divided by 2. The answer for that one is 6, 10, 13, and 15.
Good job. Very good. I like that. Okay. So that's good. A good start for the algebra. And that's what we're going to continue to see, okay?
Okay.